This is Newsbeam TV. Watch Newsbeam TV.
That was the sound from Igbo traditional dancers who spiced the 264th inaugural lecture delivered by an illustrious son of Igbo descent, a professor in the Department of Jurisprudence and International Law, University of Ilorin, Azubuike Onora Oguno, at the main auditorium of the university on Thursday before a full capacity audience. The Don, who titled his lecture Disorder in the Order of Economic and Social Rights Jurisprudence in Nigeria, gave insight into the various anomalies in the economic and social rights of Nigerians, therefore calling for the strengthening of key institutions in Nigeria in a way that will ensure the full realization of citizens' rights to education, as he called for the amendment of the nation's constitution to ensure that education is made compulsory at all levels. The Don made an array of recommendations through which the noticeable disorder in the order of economic and social rights jurisprudence in Nigeria could be corrected.
Vice Chancellor, sir, my research sojourn in the field of international human rights, I have identified that indeed there is a disorder in the order of the ESR jurisprudence in Nigeria. I am confident to conclude that ensuring education as a fundamental right holds the one in correcting the disorder. This conclusion stems from an in-depth analysis of national, regional, and global human rights instruments. Indeed, the realization of the right to education is an immediate realizable one, and when subjected to progressive realization at the tertiary level, my research shows that a clear path is laid down on how this should be monitored and implemented. My research has uncovered the crucial role that the Nigerian judiciary can play in ensuring that the right to education is protected and shielded. It brings to the fore the importance of relying on emerging jurisprudence beyond the horizon. Finally, my research calls out elephants in the room that has important roles to play in driving the realization of the right to education. It underscores the role of institutions such as MBA, TRCN, and the National Human Rights Commission.
At the end of the lecture, guests and invitees were treated to light refreshments at the open arena, where friends and well-wishers took pictures and exchanged pleasantries. Professor Onora Oguno summarized his work and gave insight into his life and how he met his lovely wife.
Yes, beautifully so. What we discovered in my work as on academic sojourn is that there is a disorder in the order of the economic and social rights in Nigeria. And we have proposed means, constitutional means, legislative means, and other non-legal means on how this disorder can be corrected. So what my work seeks to do is to correct the disorder by bringing a new order in place. Okay. Well, of course, if you don't have the rule of law, which is not just rule of law on paper, but rule of law also respected and upheld, then you're going to have anarchy in the states. I met my wife as a youth service. I was 7, and I met her the day I went for my clearance. As a footballer, I was supposed to serve in the city, in Oshobo town, but somehow they made error and posted me to Oboku local government. So when I went for my redeployment, I met this young lady, I saw this young lady, and I decided I was not redeploying again. So that was it. And I went to buy a wedding ring of 500 naira, and she accepted. And today God has given us great things.
He also spoke about some national issues, especially the new national age restriction policy on education.
I mean, it's important for every child to be fully developed before going into school. But this is what we have also called policy inconsistencies. We need to be able to fashion out policies that will live very long and not policies that will change at every turn and causing confusion. Because even when that policy came, within some few days, some people cried out and there was also a variation in this policy. So inconsistencies lead to disorder. A big nation, Nigeria is a blessed nation. If only we can get it right, then Nigeria will realize and achieve its potentials. It's not true. All Igbos are not businessmen only. Igbos are well read. I cited quite a number of very senior Igbo professors. The first vice chancellor in University of Ibadan was an Igbo man. Even in University of Ilorin, we had several Igbo professors. So
some of the kinsmen and associates expressed their views about the lecture and the inaugural lecturer.
My name is Professor Nnamdi Chiedu Onuorogono from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. The inaugural lecturer is my junior brother, and I am happy to be here at the University of Ilorin. It was historic, it was informative, it was suggestive, and it provided solution for order in the disorder system of Nigerian education, especially the legal aspect. The lecture was all encompassing, and the lecturer did a good job on it. It's an encapsulation of his research over the years that culminated in his being a professor of international law and jurisprudence. Well, our parents were teachers. My father was a principal, my mother was a headmistress, and they bequeathed on us the legacy of loving education.
His comrade Arinze Manuel Ifajina. It's not surprising. He has been doing better than this. Yes, it's a great lecture. Thank you.
My name is Mrs. Nwogaranya Ifeoma. I'm for my daughter post UTME examination, which happens to be today, and luckily for us, our brother, our son, and our person in name of Professor Azubuike Oguru Onora is having his inaugural lecture today. So I supposed to leave this evening, but because of he's from Anambra, he's from Enugu, and Enugu and Anambra is the same, and he's an Igbo person, I said let me join to celebrate him. I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm highly impressed in having all this in another man's land. I call it another man's land because he's not from this tribe. As though we are one, as we are Nigerians, we are one, but he's not somebody from Yoruba, and the kind joy I'm seeing and how accommodating this environment accommodated him, I'm so happy. And I pray and wish that my daughter will gain admission in this school, because I want to see myself join to this community. They are so accommodating.
With this insight into jurisprudence, it is hoped that the Nigerian system will take a cue and work towards correcting the disorder in the order of economic and social rights jurisprudence in Nigeria.
This is Newsbeam TV. Please subscribe, share, and be a part of Newsbeam TV.